series, the books about Carter, author Sierra Carter and daughter Lily Carter. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. And Lily, the last time you were here, you weren't Carter.
I was Buffum.
So Carter, the Carter we know, Carter Buffum, Carter was your older brother.
Mm-hmm.
And he's passed away, and how long has it been now?
It'll be 10 years in
10
May.
years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And how old was Carter when he passed away?
He was 7.
Do you have much of a memory of Carter?
Yeah, I remember like everything. Like
Really?
yeah,
How old were you when you
like
lost?
5.5.
Okay. So the Carter series, it's a series of books that you've written, and it's I think it's been cathartic for you to be able to write the book and remember Carter so intimately in these stories. Tell us about the series and the newest book that you have coming out in a couple months.
So the Carter series, it's a series of true stories from his life. And I thought that it was really important for whether it's families that can relate or families that can't relate to have books that they can teach their kids about inclusion and acceptance. And just beautiful stories from his life, you know, to kind of keep a little piece of him alive.
And this latest book it's a true story that I believe it involves Lily.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah.
What's the story about Lily?
Well, mostly about how like I followed him everywhere, and when I had this little baby doll, when he had he had to get medicines and like food through his stomach, like the little tube, and I had this baby doll, and I tried to feed it, and like through the belly button, and yeah, that's mostly what it's about.
So you learned how to feed you had a toy doll
Yeah.
that you fed when Carter was little, right? And that's what the book's about.
It's about how different Carter's day looked in our house, but how to Lily, because she was younger, you know, she looked up to her big brother just like anybody would. And so she learned how to do things differently because that's all that she knew. And I had actually walked in on her trying to feed her baby doll like she would see me feed Carter. So I'd actually put a feeding tube in her baby doll so that she could like actually feed her baby that way. And I thought, what a beautiful story to tell, you know, that although it was different, you know, in our home it wasn't, you know. And she
Yes.
wanted to be just like Carter, so that's why it's called that.
So Carter had constant care that you delivered. It was 24/7. You thought this was normal.
Yeah.
Your older brother, this is the way it was your normal. When did you realize that your family was different?
I was like 7 or 8. It was like, I know it was after he passed away because like other people, if I hung out with them or like my cousins, like they weren't like the same, like you didn't do those things and like they didn't have those kind of daily things in their life. And like on the bus when there was like that little thing that, you know, they would raise and so you can get on, like a lot of other kids don't use that. Like they just use like the stairs, you know? So I wasn't really in school yet. Like I didn't ride the bus yet. And so when I had figured that out, like it wasn't normal for most people, that's kind of when I figured it out.
Well, we had hoped differently, but we all knew that Carter's life was going to be short. How did you prepare Lily and your family that Carter wouldn't be with you for much longer?
So we started talking about heaven kind of not super early on, but when we got to the point that we knew that Carter's body was getting tired and we were in and out of the hospital all the time, I started trying to kind of tell Lily about heaven and things like that. But that's one of the reasons why I started these books too, because again, there weren't books that were anything like our family. And I thought it was important that families do have books that are, you know, touch on heaven and they touch on some of these difficult topics, you know, and so I want to offer what wasn't there for me at that time.
Awesome. And the next book in the series is coming out in a couple of months, but you've chosen the release date on purpose. What's the significance of May?
So it's going to release on May 19th on Amazon because that was the 10 years since we lost Carter. So it was important for me to have something for him on that day. You know, it's hard to find things that I can still do for him. And this is one of those beautiful things that I can still do for him. So that's why that day is so meaningful to us.
And there'll be an opportunity for the community to join you because you've got a couple of book launch events coming up in May. Tell us about those.
On May 2nd, Grand River Farmers Market is having their opening down behind the fairgrounds. And they've invited me to come and participate at that. So I'm actually going to have copies of the book. So although it's not actually released until May 19th, people can get an early copy before anyone else if they want to come down and get an autographed copy.
It's being called River and Rail. So we'll be hearing a lot more about River and Rail as Grow Jackson is partnering with several organizations, including the county and the DDA, to offer a very unique market that will include typical farmers market fare, but a beer garden and quite a bit more. And May 2nd will be the opening day, and you'll be there with the book. And then the big book signing event will be on May 19th, right?
That'll be the Amazon
So-
release date.
Release date for book number 5. And what if you want all the books?
They're all on Amazon. And then if
Right.
they want to come down to that farmers market on May 2nd, I do have the bundle that I'm going to offer so people can get every single one of them. And we have these little caterpillars that go along with the books. Those were Carter's favorite. It was his favorite stuffed animal that he had. So somewhere in the book, you got to look for it. That caterpillar is in every single one somewhere.
Awesome. Fans of caterpillars, you'll want this book. Oh, we appreciate you both spending time with us today. Thanks for coming in. And I think, Lily, we're going to look forward to seeing you on the softball field for Western this coming spring.
Yes. Thanks.
Great. Have a good season.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you at River and Rail in May.
Yes.
The author of the Carter series book number 5, coming out this May, Sierra Carter and Lily Carter.